Bring up the next candidates in Group 2, Christina Arguelles and Christie Lou Mitchell. We're starting in alphabetical order, so we'll start with Christina Arguelles. You have 90 seconds to make an opening statement.
I'm Christina Arguelles, similar to Christina Aguilera, but I'm not going to sing for you guys. I am so excited to be at the League of Women Voters, to be a female candidate running against a female on a panel of mostly females. How far we have come is amazing, but we also need to look at where we are now. And our judiciary is under attack, and people do not trust our judges anymore. That is one of the reasons I am running. I promise to leave my ego at the door, walk into the courtroom, and fairly and evenly apply the rule of law. I've been practicing complex civil litigation for over a decade. What that means is I've had cases that have bled over into criminal issues, probate and estate issues, family law issues. Unfortunately, a lot of immigration issues as of late. I'm prepared to take this bench with a compassionate heart and understanding of the rule of law and the rule of evidence. I'm prepared as not only a lawyer, but as a mother, a pregnant lady, and I'm ready to serve this community, both Orange and Osceola County. Thank you.
Thank you. Attorney Mitchell, your 90-second opening.
Thank you. Can you hear me? Wonderful. Thank you all for coming out today to learn about the judicial candidates. My name is Christie Lou Mitchell, and I'm running for circuit judge in Group 2. I was born and raised here in Orlando, Florida, and I've been a trial attorney here for the last 16 years. I went to undergrad at Florida State and graduated from the University of Florida Levin College of Law. My legal career started in law school, interning for a circuit judge who sat on the criminal division. When I graduated and became a lawyer in 2009, I went into civil litigation. I practiced civil for about 8 years before adding family law to my practice areas. In 2021, I became board certified by the Florida Bar in marital and family law. Board certification is the highest level of evaluation offered by the Florida Bar to attorneys. They test you on the rules of evidence, the rules of procedure, and the substantive law. I am the only judicial candidate in any of the races that is board certified. I have state and federal trial experience. I've tried over 75 cases, and I'm running for circuit judge because I believe we need experienced judges ready to serve on day one. I'd ask for your vote, Christie Lou for Group 2, Mitchell for judge.
Thank you. The next question is for you. If elected, do you realize that you might be assigned to an area of law that you are not familiar with? How do you plan to deal with that?
Yes, of course. Judges do not get to select what areas of law that they sit in, but I have experience in criminal, contested probate, civil, family, and dependency. The only circuit court I have not practiced in is delinquency, that's the arrest of minor children. I also don't have any cases in the specialty courts, so that's a subsection of criminal. But I have a very broad and deep experience, and just like any other judge, you read the statutes, you read the bench book, you ask other judges, and you familiarize yourself with the law. The rules of evidence do not change between trial courts. The Constitution does not change, and the interpretation of statutes does not change. That's how I would prepare for an area of law that I've never practiced in front of.
Thank you for your comments. Attorney Arguelles. Excuse me.
I don't disagree with Christie, Ms. Mitchell, on a lot of those things. We do not get to sit in our specialty. We do not get to pick where we're assigned. And that's why it's so important that a judge has a temperament and a servant's heart and a willingness to learn and be open to learning new things. I've had to do that throughout my entire career. I've also worked at the state attorney's office, and I had the opportunity to work for the Judiciary Committee, where I had the opportunity to help write the laws. So I have a deep understanding not only of the rules of evidence, the rules of law that are so important, but of the background of how they impact and how they're written. I'm prepared, and I will be prepared on day one, wherever they may stick me.
I have another question for you.
Okay, I'm ready.
What does the statement that a judge is a judge 24 hours a day mean to you, and what will it mean to your family?
I don't know if a lot of you know my father, but it's going to be a challenge for him. I've had to remind him several times of the judicial canons throughout this process, and I will continue to remind him of those judicial canons. But I think it means you are an example to this community. You are who is building trust in the judiciary. You are the person that represents the court system. And if they can't trust you every single day, they're not going to trust our courts. I promise to stand for this community and evenly apply the law. And that is the way that I can 24 hours a day be a judge.
Thank you. Same question?
Thank you. I agree with Ms. Arguelles in that regard. A judge is setting an example for the community all day, every day. It is important that they live a life that exemplifies the judicial canons, that they do not attend and participate in partisan politics, that they do not seek out and be involved in inappropriate political activities. There are ways to ensure trust in the judiciary. One of those ways is being involved in the community in regular events, setting an example that people look up to. And then the other part of that is literally judges are on call 24/7 when they're duty judges. You have police officers knocking on your door in the middle of the night to sign arrest warrants. So it is important for judges to be aware of every aspect of what they're signing up for. Thank you.
Thank you. The next question to Attorney Arguelles. To Attorney Mitchell. How do you deal with difficult people, including peers, lawyers, clients, or litigants?
It's a talent, honestly. I am a mother of 4. My youngest child is 3, and my oldest is 16. And my 3-year-old is in that very terrible stage of childhood where he wants to disagree with everything for the sake of it. And as a trial attorney, you meet a lot of people. You have hostile witnesses. You have opposing counsel that maybe not as friendly as you think that they should be. I think first and foremost, you need to give people grace. You don't know what happened that day. They may just be having a really bad day. You need to be patient, and you need to lead with kindness. Choose kindness when you can. Not every situation is appropriate for that, but when you can, you absolutely should. Thank you.
Thank you. Same question?
Can you repeat the question?
Yes. How do you deal with difficult people, including peers, lawyers, clients, or litigants?
I think it takes a lot of patience. I think it takes losing your ego and making sure you're putting yourself in those people's situation. You have no idea what those people are going through. We have no idea what happened to them that morning. So we need to take the time and listen and use our ears. Judges' responsibilities is to listen, not always to be heard. I'm sure every attorney in this room has been in front of a judge that wanted to be heard more than listen. And that is one way that we're able to deal with difficult people. Most people just want to be heard.
This next question is for you. Please describe one instance in which you faced an ethical dilemma, and how did you resolve it?
I've recently dealt with an ethical issue that's come before me regarding an immigration client who was deported. And I had to make the decision of whether to let defense counsel know and how I was going to handle that, because if he was deported, the case would then immediately end. It took a lot of reflection and looking at the rules and what was required of me as a lawyer, as a litigant, and for the best interest of my client. we don't always get to make easy decisions as both lawyers and judges, and we don't always necessarily get to make what we believe is right in certain circumstances, but we have to follow the law.
Attorney Mitchell, what education and life experience have you had that would help you decide these cases? I'm sorry. Then the next goes to Attorney Arguelles.
I think we might actually be on the same question that you just asked.
You did, and the next question then is to Attorney Mitchell. What education, am I misreading? What education and life experience have you had that would help you decide these cases?
Judge, yeah.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. I was looking the wrong way. I apologize.
It's no problem, thank you. And yes, as an attorney, I think every single attorney who sit in this room has had an opportunity to face an ethical dilemma. One of the most difficult decisions in my career, and it was really not a big one, most of you will probably think that it's easy, but when I was a second or third year attorney, I was defending a mortgage foreclosure case. I had school teachers or school bus drivers, and we were in front of one of the senior judges, one of the foreclosure judges who deals with foreclosures day in and day out. And when we were in the middle of the trial, the judge started telling plaintiff's counsel how to run his case. And my client looked very concerned. Attorneys don't like to disqualify judges, but in that case, I had to disqualify a judge in the middle of a trial in order to protect my client's rights. We went on to have the case in front of a different judge and win. Thank you.
Thank you. Your response, please.
I already did that one.
I'm backwards there. All right. That appears to be all of the questions for this group. Thank you, candidates.
Oh, I like